we really do have a standoff now. Saint v Saint, and Toma stumbling out of his hospital room once again. I have a feeling that, despite his condition, his hand is going to be incredibly necessary. And since we've already taken down 2 of the right hand of God, seen another one, what about the last? You know, the 4 cardinal directions and all that. Although, I guess we have to find out which is stronger. The sword or the lance? Let's not forget that it started off by flooding most of the downtown area of this place. I mean, they, at least so far, seem to be on relatively even ground. Could anyone actually be on true, even footing with an angel or using their powers? Okay. Excuse me? I guess, we've seen the abbreviations into spells and stuff before. I take back my earlier words of they seem to be on even ground. That is more than likely the case, yes, but they're not just going to give him up. Nothing but natural talent. And for all of those who are just lowly humans and the like, is there much more they can do other than just look on? Even if there are people out there who can achieve so much more, doesn't mean your efforts are useless. Of course you'd be stuck down here. Yeah, he just escaped from hospital again. And she knows exactly both he needs to go, and that there's no point in trying to stop him. I think she's trying... At least it's someone that can confide in a little regarding everything. This isn't her fight to get involved in, but just like him. Is this something to try to keep a distance. He seems fairly okay that someone found out about his secret. Though he doesn't know why, he still has the need to keep moving forward. I mean, it hasn't really stopped him before. I don't see the need of fighting things alone. You know, we've gone through that story lesson to be learned several times. And now she's stood there in the artificial blue light while her city is being destroyed. The calm before the storm. Some good backing track for this. Because he's English. And yet, through what, sheer conviction, he's able to accomplish it? He immediately saw something and took action there. Was it more than just her reaching for the sword? There we go again with battlefield equivalencies. I mean, there have been plenty of battles in the past where being outnumbered means very little. Having access to vastly outpowered weaponry and armour still led to defeat. He could at least put his collar down. Very little pause there. It's not fear of death which is leading them here. Physically, individually, there might be slightly below their level, but The power of friendship. There's some good sound effects in this one. Are they just, imparting their bits of strength into her weapon? Helping her block that? He's not being able to push her around anymore. Oh. I seem to remember them developing some sort of anti-saint spell. Then he'll be ripped apart. He didn't seem fearful before that. Okay, give him a halo. The cross, the nails. I thought you were just up and out of there, but no. He's coming back down from a aerial bombardment. You know, just... Even if he did take out all of the magic and everything behind that, he is now just holding the weight of that giant fuck-ass weapon and Aqua. Pretty visuals. What would they have done if he hadn't have walked away from hospital, though? That kind of shockwave would have done some damage. Taking all the glory. Also, who's that voice? He's using his... Oh, he's not living up to his full potential. He could be so much more. The fact we're now getting this kind of backstory to him now has been hopefully defeated. How could you lose such a valuable asset? Are they going to have to tie him down at this point? No hospital bed could hold him. Did he get beat up in that fight, or was it just him getting there really exhausted his body? What a metaphor, simile, whatever. Compared to how they were feeling when they were looking at the scene, so what could they possibly do? I mean, he wasn't exactly high up in his education. How dare you wake up when she's taking a break? There's a reason that he didn't tell her. When she found it advantageous to her to not be killed by Index, that's when she swapped sides. Why are you here? How did she turn around without the sword knocking against his legs? Excuse me? I feel like this guy is just made to be able to invigorate the online kind of art community. What? Say thank you. What a half-hearted... Not for the purpose that he's thinking. Why is he outside the room, and for whose benefit is he pushing her? And how long has he had that ready? I feel like the fact that she's almost getting drawn in by this speech. Yes, it's his fault for... Looks like she caved in. Okay. We just have to imagine what that scene was. Just when one is taken down. What, all of Britain? Of course. Even in this world, Britain wants nothing to do with Europe. God's sake. But considering the various churches and whatnot out there, why aren't more fighting against this one when they're making such gains? said it before, but religious zealotry can get terrifying. I think religion would be a lot more fun if it was just a whole lot of magical battles like this. Okay, it's being held in like a timeless state. Oh, well, maybe not. It seems like the 12 apostles don't mean shit to that. Oh, that's very Christian. So Gabriel, Michael. Hopefully he's not going to exercise that power right now. And how does, the Pope not know of what the right hand is capable of? Also, how do they come into this power? He didn't even say anything, just, Are they going to have to find a new head of state now? But if, would he be able to live for himself being a man of God to let the town become a full victim? And to think that she's just relaxing. Now we're going back to him, are we? There's so many pathways and avenues of storylines at the minute. Having a story in France, a bit in the Vatican, and now we're off to Britain, of course. Since we have several of the magicians and whatnot that we've seen so far that hail from there, of course, it would be only natural. Also, you'd think that after two of the right hand of God get taken out, even if you do think your powers and abilities are tenfold better, wouldn't you have some sort of fallback? We've lost two already, let's just send in another. Tolma reaffirming that, even when your memories have been reset, you no longer really know yourself. Are there still innate things within us? There was a driving force there, making him go forward towards danger, helping out. Also, does that mean that if they just, had him distracted for a little bit, or didn't inform Aqua of the Saint Destroyer thing and just did it. He might not have put up that defensive barrier. They might have had a few extra seconds to get it a bit closer. Be able to take him down without Tolma or their former leader. What a great morale boost that would have been to all of them. But also now that the entire place is once again in a lockdown until they repair half the city and fix up oxygen issues and whatnot, are there going to be people kind of left stranded here? I wonder now that we had that, getting it all out in the open with Misaka, if there's going to be more of an interaction there. If she's going to be involved any further. You know, she did offer to come and help with what he was going through, which could have been nice, but also I don't think there was any real need. He didn't really do much other than just turn up. But of course, just a little bit of religious zealotry and fanaticism. What's the issue with thousands, hundreds of thousands of people just get caught up in a blast or such? It just means they weren't praying hard enough. They weren't following the right secret source of Christianity. But also, considering he's now on his way to Britain, I kind of think that an entire country would at least have someone capable of defending it. Of course, I'm trying my hardest to forget the opening and not at all expecting the Queen herself to don battle armour. That'd be really stupid. But if you enjoyed this episode, please let me know. Things are getting out of hand quite quickly, like they usually do, actually. But I'm sure maybe by the end of this, at least some people will be left smiling. So if you don't want to miss out, consider subscribing to the channel. But for all intents and purposes, you're going to need to get yourself some rest. No sneaking out again. See you in the next one. With all of our powers combined, maybe one day we will actually make a dent in the mountain of anime I still have left to watch. And if you want to add your power to that journey, consider joining onto my Patreon as well, because my current patrons really are more than just the sum of their parts. So, I need to thank Electricant, Arthur, Noku, Raywin, Kite, Sal, Shiwan, Mecha, Matt, Stinsfire, Gurley, Saltitron, Cardboard, Croyville, Dark Shadow, 7899, Alvin Garcia, Santiago, Maurizio Lascano, and I really would like to try to pronounce that, but if you want to drop me a message, then we can see what we can do. But as well as everyone else, let's continue on our journey and rest up well.